that's what's going to happen. What's going to happen is the same thing that they did unto us, we're going to do unto them, but double. Let's read that.
Let's read that again. And it says, and to him, and he shall rule them with a rod of iron, as the vessels of a potter shall they be broken to shivers.
So what's going to happen? We're going to be given the freedom. When the Lord rises us up and gives us that unmovable power, we're going to express our hatred that we had to hold for 400 years. We're going to express it on people like him.
Right.
And that's the beauty of being an Israelite, is being able to get vengeance of what happened to you.
Right.
That's going to be the end result. Go on, brother.
Psalms 149.
And the reason, like I said, the reason why he's standing there, brother, is because he's trying to maintain his ego. His ego is getting a bit violated, so he's got to stand here.
No, actually, that's not true.
Psalms 149.
The reason why it's true?
You know why it's true? Because you wouldn't respond.
The reason I'm standing
I've said everything else, but you all of a sudden responded to what I just said.
The reason I'm standing here is because I want to hear what you're saying.
Go on.
Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth.
Right, it says, let the high praise of the Most High be in their mouth. Go on.
Yeah, indeed.
And a two-edged sword in their hand.
Yes.
Yep. Show them. You go on.
Don't stop.
And a two-edged sword in their hand.
Yeah, and a two-edged sword in their hand. So what are we going to be doing with that too? So we're going to have rod of irons, and we're going to have a two-edged sword in our hand. So why are we going to be using these for in that day?
Yes, shalom.
To do damage. Okay? To do damage and to break people like this down.
You know why I'm here.
And to humble him as well, so that he don't act like a damn animal, man. Because that's how you maintain an animal. You gotta humble the animal, so he don't get out of line. That's what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
Go on, bro.
Isaiah chapter 42, verse 14. I have a long time holding my peace. I have been still and refrained myself.
Yeah.
Now will I cry like a travailing woman.
See what he's got to do with, and his people they got to do with. They got to do with
My people.
an angelic force.
My own people, do I?
An angelic force coming before them. That's something they have to do with as well. And then they have to do with something else on top of what they already done with.
Precept.
Go on, bro.
Romans 12.
Oh yeah. I'll tell you what. Hold that, brother. Let him finish.
Finish this. Now will I cry like a travailing woman.
Yeah.
I will destroy and devour at once.
Right, he will destroy and devour at once, because Yahweh Shah is coming to proclaim his rule and his power. Just like the ancient world. In the ancient world, we had many nations that went to war against one another, and they pursued each other with the sword so that they can have dominance, so they can have an empire. All right, like the Babylonians were conquered by the Persians and the Medes. So Yahweh Shah is going to take this man down here to proclaim his power on the earth, and then put us in that position. It's what highs of the kingdom, aren't they, as it says? It says what highs unto the kingdom. So once Yahweh Shah takes down all, we're going to be a part of that aristocracy. Okay? So we're going to be a part of that aristocracy. And we're going to be the house of David, knowing that King David hated the Edomites. Give me the sign, brother. What the hell you think if King David hated the Edomites and we're going to be a part of that set up, that house, excuse me, how the hell are we going to treat these people, man? We're going to treat them like shit, man. We're going to treat them like dirt. Or we're going to treat them worse than dirt itself. Okay? That's how bad it's going to get. And then they're going to be at the, the lowest social economic state. All right? Like we're at the lowest social economic state right now. They're going to be in the lowest social economic position. Going in our kingdom. Go on, brother.
Yeah, I changed the precept to what you just read. Isaiah.
They're going to get the baddest treatment ever.
That's right. 47:3 says, "Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, ye thee, and shame shall be seen.
Right.
And I will take vengeance, and I will not meet thee."
Himself, the Lord is going to send his son to take vengeance against this man, against the man that enslaved our people, against the man that destroyed the entire planet, where the sea world is dying off. The birds are pretty much dying off because of the chemicals in the air and manipulating the food, putting genetically modified organisms and selling them for food. All right? So what's going to happen is the Lord is going to deal with them on that. As you see, for example, like, you know, most people like to say, "Oh, I'm my own individual," but the Lord deals with nations.
That's right.
Just like as a nation, we all went down. We all went into slavery as a nation, right? So as a nation, because of what they've done, they're going to have to pay for what they've done. All right? You reap what you sow. Whatever you throw out there, it all ricochets back to you. That's what happens. That's just knowing about nature 101. Go on, brother.
And it says here in Romans 8 about being heirs of the Lord. Romans 8 and 17. And if children, then heirs of the Most High, and joint heirs with Yahweh Shai.
Right, heirs with Yahweh Shai. Go on.
If so be that we suffer with him, that we may also be glorified
Right
together.
now, we're suffering with Yahweh Shai right now. We're going through our own little personal distresses and trials and tribulation, as our Lord and Savior did. Okay, and a part of that is dealing with animals like this as well. Go on.
No, that's not that.
So what's going to happen is we're going to be hires along with the Messiah, when the Messiah cuts all down. Go on, brother.
Psalms 149 and 7. To execute vengeance upon the heathen,
Right.
and punishments upon the
We
people.
can't do that right now because we don't have that kind of power to do that right now. Right now we're in captivity, but we got to bear dealing with animals. Even at your job, or even when you're doing the work that you're in, you got to bear all of this animalistic behavior concerning animals. All right, when they get in your face, they point and trying to provoke, trying to make you act silly, but it's not working because you've been doing this for years. Go on, brother.
Romans.
Let him finish this. Let him
right.
finish this.
So bind their kings with chains and their nobles with fetters of iron.
His nobles, his master, we're going to bind them up and they're going to be our servants. Elon, Rothschild, and the Rockefellers and the likes. And they know this very well. This is why they've been trying to oppress our people for the past certain amount of years we've been here, man. Because they know that we're the Jews, we're the nation of Israel, we're the Israelites.
Right.
They know this very well. Okay? But regardless of what they know, it's just what's going to happen is what's written here. And he can stand here all he wants, because what he's getting to know is what's going to happen to him in the future. That's right. Because we're prophets. The word prophet means to say before. So we're saying things that's going to happen before it already happens. So let's read on.
Verse 9. To execute upon them the judgment written.
Yep.
This honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord.
Yep.
Yahweh Hashem Yahushai.
And it doesn't really matter if you don't believe, because we know that this guy's not a believer. You know, I would most likely categorize this guy as a Satanist. You know, so I'll tell you what, brother, give me Romans 3 and 3 real quick. Go on. I'll tell you, read it again.
This is Psalms 149 and 6. Let the high praises of the Most High be in their mouth,
Yep.
and a two-edged sword in their hand,
And a two-edged sword in their hand.
to execute vengeance upon the heathens,
And he's a part of that. He's a heathen that we're going to execute judgment against. Go on.
and punishment upon the
And
people,
the punishments upon the people. Go on.
to bind their kings with chains,
Yeah, exactly
and their
right.
nobles with fetters of
Yeah.
iron,
That's all right. Go on.
Carry on, carry on.
to execute upon them the judgment written.
So,
Yeah, yeah.
so in other words,
Exactly
they're going
right.
to bind it up. They're going to be in chains and slavery.
Exactly right.
And then
Carry
you're
on.
going to have
Yeah,
the
yeah,
power to execute
yeah.
judgment against them.
Exactly right. Carry on.
This honor,
Yeah, exactly right.
this honor have all his saints. Praise ye the Lord.
That's it. So we praise the Lord on that.
Indeed,
I
sir.
think, well, let's give the Lord a hand.
Absolutely.
That's what's going to happen eventually. So all of this messing around and mockery and just joking business, because he has nothing else to do with himself, right? It's all vanity at the end of the day. What are you going to accomplish with this? What are you going to accomplish with this?
You're not going to listen to a word I'm saying.
Because
are
I
you?
don't care what you got to
No,
say.
exactly right.
Exactly,
So
because
don't-
of your presentation. Your
there's
presentation is
no
not
point
worthy
in
of
asking me a question if
asking.
you're not going to listen to an answer.
I'm not. Listen, you're not worthy of talking to me.
No, exactly right. Exactly right.
Exactly.
Exactly right.
So what do you have? Go on.
So,
No, here's something else.
I've got this. I've got
Oh,
this.
yeah.
yeah.
This is Romans chapter
We've got
3.
to have this one.
Verse
What you gotta
3.
realize, my man, since that you're here, we're better than you.
Yeah,
We're way better than you.
Oh, indeed, so.
We're
Yes.
not working
Absolutely
for-
right.
Go on,
Yes.
bro.
Romans
Absolutely
chapter 3
right.
verse
Yes,
3. And it says, for what if some did not believe? Shall their unbelief make the faith of the Most High without effect?
Exactly. So it doesn't matter if you don't believe. If you believe, it doesn't matter, because what stands the most is what the word of the Lord is saying. Prophecy, baby. That's why you think World War III is building up, because that was already written to take place. Everything that's going on this earth is all based on prophecy. So when we say people like him are going into slavery, we're right on what we're saying. Okay? And I'm talking about the pure-blooded Edomites. I'm not talking about just any old geezer that looks like an Edomite. I'm talking about the pure-blooded Edomites. All right? Go on.
Of course you're
Verse
better.
4.
Of course you're better.
Most High, or God forbid, yea, let the Most High be true, but every man a liar.
Right. Let the Most High be true and let every man be a liar.
I mean, you have to be ready because you don't shout.
And you know what it's proves that I'm correct because he's also responding to what else I just said, but he could have just been quiet.
Yeah. Well, you asked me a question.
If something's BS, you don't have to respond to the
No,
BS.
you asked me.
Psalms 2 and 1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing?
Right, so it says that the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain
You
thing.
asked me a question,
Go
so I
on.
answered it. It's very
Verse
polite
8.
to answer a question
Ask
when
of me,
somebody asks.
and I shall
Very
give thee
polite.
the
Something
heathen for thine inheritance,
polite, yes.
and the uttermost parts of the earth for thy possession.
Right, so what's going to happen is eventually we're going to possess lands and we're going to also possess the people there. We're going to get them right in order. Now, I'm not going to lie, like I said, we're going to do some butt kicking,
Yeah,
right? But eventually what's going to happen is all of the nations are going to be blessed. But pursuant to the book of Obadiah, let's get the book of Obadiah.
Could you repeat it for me, please? Thank you.
Let's get the book of Obadiah. No, we're not going to read that, brother. We're going to get Obadiah now. Forget what he's saying. He don't exist. He's a persona non grata. He is obsolete. Verse 18.
So Obadiah 1 and 18.
I tell you what, give me Ezekiel. You got some already.
Obadiah 1 and 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame,
Yeah.
and the house of Esau for stubble,
Yep.
and they shall kindle in them,
And shall kindle in them. Yep.
and devour them.
And devour them. Go on.
And there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord Yahweh Bashem Yahushua have
So
spoken.
what's going to happen? What that means is that the two kingdoms, you have what you call the southern kingdom, which is Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, which represents these people today. And you also have, what is it, Ephraim, which is the northern kingdom, which represents Simeon, Zebulun, Ephraim, and etc. They're going to get together when the kingdom is set up, when we're in our land of Jerusalem. We're going to bind these people, we're going to bundle them up together and pretty much get rid of them off the face of the
Right.
That's the true.
If you keep it still, I'd like to read it.
That's the true destiny of these people here. You understand what I'm saying?
Put it down, put it down, just put it down.
Yeah, that's it on that, brother. Give me the one in Ezekiel 35. Read what you got done.
It's Isaiah chapter 2, verse 3. And it says, and many people shall go and say,
Yep.
come ye, and let us go to the mountain of the Lord,
Yep.
and to the house of the power of Jacob,
Yep.
and he will teach us of his ways,
Right, he will teach us of his way. Go on.
and we will walk in his paths. For out of Zion
Yep.
shall go forth the Lord,
Right,
That's the same one down there, isn't it?
Keep it,
Put it down, put
and
it
the
down.
word of
Please,
the Lord from
keep it
Jerusalem.
still so I can read it.
Yeah, no, read it.
Yes, I want to read it. It's taking
Yeah, and
away.
it says, for out of Zion shall go forth the Lord,
No, can I
and the
read
word of the Lord from
I'd like to read the
Jerusalem.
previous
Yep.
one, please.
That's it, yeah.
All right. Yeah, so get the one in
I'd
Ezekiel
like to read the
35.
previous one, please.
Oh yeah, give me the book of Job, but you know what
Oh,
it
I'll go
says
read
on-
it.
Oh, you see this up, I think up with that.
Everything that's on there is on
Everything
there.
that you
No,
do,
I'd like
sir.
to read the.
Baba Kushab,
I'd like to read it. I'd
let-
like to read his poster, please.
What's up?
Everything that's on that poster is down there.
Yeah,
Yeah? Everything that's on that poster is there on that
Yeah,
board. Just let him see that board,
it's
Baba
difficult.
Kushab. Yeah, everything's there. What you're looking at is there on that board, yeah? Trying to be awkward.
You're in the way. Please, I'd like to read it. Please, I'd like
I think
to.
it's a Job.
Young man, please.
Okay, give me that.
Could you ask him to move away? I'm trying to read it.
Job
I can see it, so
30,
you
verse
can
1.
see it.
But now they that are younger than I have, it's like, yeah, they that are younger than I
Okay.
have me in derision,
Yeah.
whose fathers I would have disdained
Thank you.
to have set with the dogs of my flock.
Yeah, brother, come around.
No, I'm trying to read the poster. No, I'm trying to read your poster. That's good. Thank you.
Whose fathers I would have disdained to have set with the dogs of my flock.
Yeah.
Yea, whereto might the strength of their hand.
Yeah, because when you read the what is it, man? The 13th tribe. You read about how those people over there in
Please, I'm trying to read your
in
poster.
Khazarian land, basically,
Oh, I give up.
pretty much what they were
I'm
doing
trying
is
to read the fucking
they were
poster.
eating each other's license and everything.
Please don't walk in front of it.
And they were
I'm trying to
also
read. I'm trying to
committing
read.
cannibalism too during the 8th century AD. Okay, and if you brought your dog there, these people here, they would actually have sex with your dog. That's what they would do. That's why he said what
Can
he
I
said.
move you? Because I'm trying to read the
They will commit bestiality, which a lot of that's
Thank you.
going on nowadays. Go on.
Please, I'm trying to read.
Yea, whereto might the strength
am
of their
trying- thank you.
hands profit
Don't-
me,
please.
in whom old age was perished.
Yeah.
No. You don't want
So
me
it says, he that is younger than I have me in division, because Esau came out. Yeah, Esau came out first, but who was before Esau? Isaac and Rebekah, and they were all people of color. Okay. So he came out. He was pretty much the Esau was pretty much the prototype of the Edomitic race today. All right.
Don't say nothing. Don't say
So
nothing.
that's just the thing. So what happens is like I said, man. Look, like I said, brothers, when you keep doing this work and you just ignore these people, they get bored and they just do what they gotta do, man. You understand? But like I said, brothers, man, this is real true. When people are bored, they'll do anything to get rid of that boredom, and that's what he's doing. All right, he doesn't have a life, doesn't have nothing going on for himself. He chooses to use his time on a Saturday evening to make a mockery and a clown out of his damn self. That's an animal figure. Go on.
Yeah. I read his spirit, man.
Verse 3. For want and famine they were solitary,
Yeah, for the want and famine, they were solitary. Go on.
fleeing into the wilderness in former times, desolate and waste.
Right, and desolate and waste. So they were in a desolate situation. They were within the mountains and just pretty much bringing as they go, like a bunch of animals. And there's still animals to this very day. They conduct themselves like animals. When you catch them in secrecy, you see how animalistic they can really get. Touching your testicles and trying to do all kind of nastiness to you, man. That's their way.
Yeah.
Go on, brother.
Verse 4. Who cut up mallows by the bushes and juniper roots for their meat. For they were driven forth from among men. They cried after them as after a thief.
As after a thief.
Yeah.
They cried after them as a thief because they were what you call base men. In other words, base means the lowest of the low, to the ground. So you have a nation of people, but you have the base of all men. The base of all men are indeed the Edomites, as he's just shown you today.
Yeah.
You have a 60-year-old male that's coming up here messing around with 20-year-old males.
Yeah.
And he's got grandchildren. He's got grandkids.
There's a guy called
He's got grandkids, yeah.
Slack, if I could just say, there was a guy called Harold Shipman. I think he was around 2000 or late 90s. They found that he was going around as a doctor. He was an official doctor and injecting elderly ladies with cyanide.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
he looked just like him. He looked just like, same mannerisms, same.
You're gonna have to show me him, brother.
Yeah, on YouTube. I could do a video on him actually.
you could,
Yeah, same mannerisms, that pride, that arrogance, and that pompousness. Wants to be in control of everything.
Yeah.
And I read the spirit, and that's why he was behaving like that.
Yeah, and what it is, and I wouldn't be surprised if he's actually molested children, man. He looks like a molester of a child.
Yeah.
Some Masonic gestures as well.
Well, he's a lower level Mason. If he's a Mason, he's a lower level. He don't know shit, man. He don't know what's really going on. If you really want to know what's going on, you got to be on them top levels, man.
Right.
Ain't nobody looking at him, man. Nobody's recognizing him. Go on, brother. He don't even know what the hell he's doing, man.
He's still on the starter pack.
What's that, bro?
He's on the starter pack.
Yeah, that's what he's on, man. He's still on the starter.
When they arrested him, as they usually do, they arrested Harold Shipman and found out what he was doing. Over 100 people he killed, just injecting them with cyanide, because he had that polite persona.
Yeah.
And when they arrested him, they gave him a amount of years. He committed suicide like they all do.
Well, he's probably gonna commit suicide.
Right.
Probably somewhere around down the line. Because he looks like he's on his last leg anyway. We actually look at the guy, he looks like he's on his last leg. That's why he's come up here and he's just acting like the way he wanna act. Because he's not even there anymore, man. Like, he's Edomites to the point where they just wanna if it were possible, they would just all commit suicide, man. Because the world ain't really working with them no more. That supremacy that they used to have, it's not operating with them no more. And I'm pretty sure he's been traveling around the world, and what he's finding out is that the rest of the world don't like them anymore. Like a lot of these Edomites, they travel the world and they getting disrespected. They getting hassled all of a sudden. You know how I know? Because I got family members that travel and stuff like that, and they've actually experienced seeing things like that. Where Edomites are just being, hassled and irritated and stuff like that. That's what's going on. So he's in a state of misery and he just doesn't know what to do, because this world is just pretty much, the rug has been taken from under his feet. That comfort has been taken over from under his feet. Go on, bro.
says,
Yeah, we're the Israelites.
verse 6, to dwell in the cliffs of the valleys, in the caves of the earth, and in the rocks. Among the bushes they brayed, and under the nettles they were gathered together.
Right, under the nettles they gathered together, man. And under the bushes they brayed. Like a bunch of animals, man. Like a bunch of goddamn animals. And there's still goddamn animals in this very thing, man. Go on, bro.
Ezekiel.
Alright, finish. You let him finish.
Verse 8, they were children of fools, yea, children of base men. They were viler than the earth.
Right, they were violent than the earth. And they're still violent than the earth to this very day. For you to create diseases like AIDS, syphilis, all of these different viruses, you're a viral creature. Here it is, you have the power to create medicines that can sustain and help the people. And you rather create viruses to kill people, man.
That's right.
And genetically modify the foods. And I'm talking about the people that have charge of the things that are important. So they are indeed violent than the earth to this very day. Okay? They have sex with animals. They proclaim themselves marrying their cats, marrying candeliers now. All right, there's an article that I found out. This Edomite woman, she proclaimed herself marrying a candelier, man. So yeah, it's very true. It's violent in the earth, man. And when you check it out too, when you really go deep, a lot of them are into children too, man. They're into children, especially them older Edomites, man. They love them children, boy. You better watch your kid. If you got kids, you better hold your kids' hands tightly.
That's why they say hook up your daughters and hide your sons.
Right, exactly. Because once they take your kid, man, it's a wrap. Most likely it's a wrap. The Lord better be with that kid, man. I'm telling you. Boy, oh boy, man. All right, that's it on that. Yeah, read that.
So this is Ezekiel chapter 35. Moreover, the word of the Lord came unto me, saying,
Right.
Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir.
Right, so it says, set thy face against Mount Seir. That's what we're doing. Ultimately, we're doing that. That's what this truth is all about. I wouldn't say it's all about it, but there's a large portion what makes up this truth. Let's get that Esau going.
Set thy face against Mount Seir, and prophesy against it.
Yeah.
And say unto it, Thus saith the Lord power, Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee.
Right.
And I will stretch out mine hand against thee.
Right.
And I will make thee most desolate.
Right, I will make thee most desolate. Go on.
And it says, I will lay thy cities waste.
Right.
And thou shalt be desolate. And thou shalt know that I am the Lord.
Exactly. So when the Lord desolates their cities and their towns, they're going to know that the higher power have done it. So that's what we're prophesying about. You know, we're not out here to throw hands on you, because we're not going to do that, because we'll kill you, and then we're going to get arrested. So we're smart guys, we're not going to do that. All we're going to do is we're going to use the word, and that's going to cut your spirit. Okay, go on, bro.
And it says, Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel.
And that's what they did in the what they would call the U.S. today. They went and slaughtered those native Indians like it was going on a stop, man. Go on.
By the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Yep.
Therefore, as I live, saith the Lord power, I will prepare thee unto blood.
Right, I will prepare thee unto blood. Go on.
And blood shall pursue thee.
Exactly. Because when you look at the U.S. government, and also what Tony Blair did as well back in the early 2000s, man, because of the whole live 9/11, man, they've killed so many Iraqis, the people of Afghanistan have suffered as well because of that lie. Millions and millions of people have died because of that lie on 9/11, and that's why they hate Tony Blair to this very day. They say he should be tried for treason.
Right.
Okay. But the point, dealing with the main point of the matter is that that's how Great Britain became great, and America became great by shedding the blood of the innocent.
That's right.
Go on, brother.
And it says,
So being that that's the case, in order for them to be destroyed, blood has to be pursued. Go on.
Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Right, blood shall pursue thee now. Go on.
And it says, Thus will I make Mount Seir most desolate,
Right.
and cut off from it
Yep.
him that passeth out.
That's what I make Mount Seir most desolate and cut him off from it. So he's going to be cut off as a nation. That's in the book of Obadiah, the first chapter. Go on.
And I will fill his mountains with his slain men,
Right.
in thy hills and in thy valleys.
Oh, wait a minute. It says he shall fill The mountains with the slain men. Give me that in Isaiah 13, bro. Oh, who's that?
Oh, what is it?
When the police came to you and they said, what do you want you to do with him? You said, let him go, innit?
Yeah.
So you let him know. If he comes up again, just say you gave him a squeeze, man. You know what I mean?
Really, what you could have said, brothers, arrest this guy.
Take him away.
Yeah.
And it says, I will fill his mountains with their slain men.
Okay.
In thy hills and in thy valleys,
Yep.
and in all thy rivers shall they fall that are slain with the sword.
I tell you what, brother, hold that. Now you give me Isaiah 13. Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Isaiah 13 and 14. And it shall be as the chased roe and the sheep that no man taketh up. They shall every man turn to his own people and flee everyone into his own house.
Now you know where it says where it speaks about the military, perfectly paraphrasing. It speaks about the military. How they would let me see so much more. I don't mind to do this. It's got to be somewhere. No, this is 13. Definitely, you read that again.
Yeah, and it says, and I will fill their mountains with his slain men in thy hills and in thy valleys and in all thy rivers. They shall fall that are slain with the sword.
Right, they shall fall that are slain with the sword. So that goes into Isaiah 13, but there's a particular verse I want to get in Isaiah 13. You just bear with us for 1 minute. Yeah, you can read it again, yeah.
And it says, I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy cities shall not return, and ye shall know that I am the Lord.
Right, so the main city or the main land that is America. America is going to be that land of complete desolation, and that land will not arise all over again. So, dealing with that other precept he was reading, let me see something quick. Oh man. No. You know what it is? I'm not quoting it, so that's why you don't really know what I'm getting at. I tell you what, stop in verse 4.
So, Isaiah 13 and 4. The noise of a multitude in the mountains, like as of a great people, and the tumultuous noise of the kingdoms of nations gathered together.
And then read all the way down to verse 9.
The Lord of hosts mustereth the host of the battle. They come from a far country, from the end of heaven, even the Lord and the weapons of his indignation, to destroy the whole land.
Right, to destroy the whole land, going.
How ye? For the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
Somebody
It shall
drop off
come
their
as a
bike.
destruction. What's that, brother?
No, it looks like the demons are active. There's somebody got lick off their bike and it looks like trying to, but it's the demons are doing something, trying to stir
some spirits, yeah. Some weird spirits out there. Anyway, yeah, read on, brother.
How ye? For the day of the Lord is at hand. It shall come as a destruction from the Almighty.
Right, it shall come as a destruction from the Almighty. So we know that the Lord is going to sanction a current event that's going to take place. And mankind is going to experience great dread upon this earth. And that's what we've been preaching for years, for a long time. And now, as we're seeing the current events take place, further and further more are being found out to be true. These prophecies coming to pass. Boy, oh boy, these demons are acting up, man. Go on, brother.
Verse 7. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them.
Tell you what, brother, I'm done talking, man. You can speak.
They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth. They shall be amazed one at another. Their faces shall be as flames. This is Isaiah 13 and 7. Therefore shall all hands be faint, and every man's heart shall melt. And they shall be afraid. Pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them.
Because it's a side, especially with this Edomite side, that guy as the elder was saying, they know he's got their protection, they know they've got their police, you know. Probably, let's say he started acting up, other Edomites, he expects them to jump in and help him and stuff like that. But the day is coming when all of that's going, man, you know. And the destruction is going to be so bad that they're going to go from that tough man attitude to their faces being pale, man, you know. So they're gonna, their faces are gonna go pale. They're gonna be, and what that means is that they're gonna be frightened too, brother. You know, they're gonna be real frightened, man. You know, because
I tell you what, brother, he wants to win, so you gotta do what you gotta do.
yeah, man, read that about first game.
Isaiah 13 and 8, and they shall be afraid, pangs and sorrows shall take hold of them. They shall be in pain as a woman that travaileth.
Yeah, man, because when a woman's getting ready to give birth, alright, their water breaks, man, which means the baby is now pushing down. And they could be all calm, oh yeah, I'm having a baby soon. And then as soon as that water breaks, it's panic mode, man, you know? And the husband's rushing all around, oh baby, you gotta get to the hospital and stuff.
Labour pains.
Labor pain. That's how it's gonna be for grown-ass men out here, man. They're gonna be like women, man. Okay, because literally people won't be able to hold their bowels, man. People gonna be peeing on themselves, you know, shitting on themselves and stuff, you know, falling to the ground, shaking, you know. Because adrenaline can be good or bad, man. You know, but when it takes the better of you, you lose all senses, man. You're just acting off, oh shit, you know. That's how the people gonna be.
Yeah, it's bigger as well.
Travaileth, they shall be amazed at one another, slug. Their faces shall be as flames. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh both, cometh cruel. Behold, the day of the Lord cometh, cruel both with wrath and fierce anger, to lay the land desolate.
That's why I said they're going to be looking at each other, man, because Esau, he can't see himself going down, man. Alright, Esau knows, in his head, he knows that tomorrow's assured, man. You know, his job is there and stuff like that, his society, you know, he might lose his job, but then, you know, he's the Edomite with degrees. He's going to get another one, man. So when this happens, they're going to be looking around, as it says, in amazement, like, what the hell's going on, man? You know, the buses ain't coming on. Now, you ever see rush hour, man, and the bus don't come on time, or the train don't come on time? People are losing it, man, because Esau's so used to the society moving forward in a systematic, orderly fashion, man. But the time's coming where it says what? The day of the Lord is both cruel and fierce, man. Okay? So when Esau's system is taken out of power and it's starting to be destroyed, they're gonna be shocked, you know.
Yeah, he has something to say, brother.
Oh, I bring it up.
This is on the point. Isaiah 47 and 3. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen. I will take vengeance and I will not meet thee as a man.
Yeah, man, because Esau, right now, he's being uncovered, but for the longest time, he's being covered, man. Alright? His nakedness hasn't been revealed, meaning that people believe that how society is, how the world actually functions, is a good thing, you know? You got these, like, they do these adverts on TV, you know, where Esau will go over to some place in Africa, and then they got the little children, oh yeah, he instilled a light for us, and he gave us electricity, and he gave us pumping water. You know, that's the people under Esau's what's the word, man? Yeah, under Esau's spell, man.
It's a God complex.
The God complex. There you go. But it says that nakedness shall be uncovered, man. So what's going to happen, and what's starting to happen, you know, because we're on the streets, you know, is that Esau's being revealed, man. People are taking a step back and looking at this devil and being like, hold on a second, man. This doesn't make too much sense, you know? So his nakedness is being uncovered, man.
And what's happening is because this guy came up here, he made more of a mockery to his nation. Because they're